When's the next fishing competition? And it's probably in the spring, huh?
It's moving from carbon-based life to silicon-based life to a digital twin of the world that they can control, that is disconnected from spirit and
a world full of love and peace.
That helicopter's low.
Thus my decision is to walk with this beast.
Right there. That's Bell Huey. That's the army.
Shoot it out in the middle of the street.
No, that's police.
In the bright glow of the dawn, I see myself clearly. Bring it in a new
I think I can fly a helicopter, bro. I mean, I practiced like on the dummy one, and I used to land it and everything. A little rough, but the cyclic, the drop, you know what I'm saying? And it's light how you tap left and right, and it's pretty cool, man. You have your hand over here in a cyclic, and you throttle up and throttle down, and up, down, you push forward, and you push down, and lift up, pull back, a little tip cant to the right, a little bit cant to the left. Like, it's pretty cool, man. Righteous, what's up? What's up, beloved? What's happening, beloved? Yo, Grand Ascension, man. Grand Ascension, you already know. I was talking to my brother about, like, I remember I was flying helicopters in the trainers. I could fly one, I think. It's the switches and everything that me all jacked up in them. I done enough walk-arounds on them, and with the A's and ATs to know what does what. Starting the APU, the auxiliary power unit, and getting the motor crank. But the thing is, the cyclic and throughout, you know, everything. Yeah, well, I practiced it for a couple of years in the Navy. So they used to take us over and let us, some of us get on there and be like, I think I could have done it. I could fly with that thing. I might crash that best, but I could fly. But bringing it down, man, I think it can fly, it can land by itself. And then knowing auto rotation, if something goes bad and all that, and, you know, where it lets you come down, it's still hard landing, but, you know, it might break your back, but it lets you to come down instead of just slamming into the ground. Yeah, it's something else. Yo, check out the all right.
Through tones, melodies, tones, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets.
Yo, what's up? What's up? I'm gonna get it in here in a minute. All right, y'all.
They're framing it to us as, you know, innovation, right? We should all be so excited that this is happening. And, you know, I equated to like the golem bringing in these robots. They would like to feed our life force to learn us in every tiny detail. Not to empower us, but to actually transform us into a robotic simulation that is under their
I got some, man, but they're up there on the res, man. I left them with my neighbor. I got like 12 of them. I don't believe in all these licenses. You know, license to regulate fish and all that, it's illegal. The driver's license says non-federal record. Like, what are you asking me to ID when it's not even based on the federal government to what you work for? Like, that's why I don't parlay, but I'm about to turn it all in, because I don't care about their little system. There ain't not a damn thing they can do. They can send ignorant asses out, and that don't mean nothing to me. They don't know law, I ain't my problem. And I understand their policies and procedures well. Not against it, I just don't like the way it's being played out against the original people. It's like that bastard that raped that 11-year-old, that little melanated boy, and to think that it's all right. No, when I said what I said, leave the original people that's laying alone. I'm not playing. You know, it's on them. That's the thing. If they so stuck in the world they created and they want to be part of that, then oh well. I'm not here to change it. That's on their ignorance. That's like that lady. Oh, he has a gun. You in Arizona. You done told on yourself right off the back, all loud and carrying like. I'm like, and the liberals are the most racist motherfuckers I've ever met in my life, man. I know so many Republican presidents, and I don't care about the little fake issue cards who carry on that way. Oh man, hey man, it's number love across the board, man. I don't even get that. Like the Republicans have always been the good guys, always. And liberals have a good guys in there who care and they're concerned about the dummies. But you have a lot of liberals out of California, New York, and this and other who are just racist, man. They are some of the worst. They hate their own. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They hate their own. Like you can't even be like we have this book, right? They think that's some kind of crippling factor, like you dumb or something. Like what the fuck kind of thinking is that? I don't know. I gotta be respectful, man. You know, you come by and watch the videos, man, and some of the girls that I like, they'll probably be like, Ray, I can't be looking at eye candy because a lot of times they boo-boo be stinking. Nah, man. They be looking all good and they be nasty as well. Give me a big old slim bitty. I'm good. Them things right there, they ain't never trouble. Armpits be harming. I be in like Sprouts and walk by one and be like, fine mother. I be like, oh Lord, what in the hell? I be wanting to grab a lime and squeeze it up under their arm and give them a point like Sam Frank. They own pits with it or something. Oh, excuse me, y'all. Pardon dry. Pardon dry.
Enough with the chit chat. I see through the side ops. Looking past the shot.
Oh, yeah?
I don't eat pork.
Oh, that's cool, though.
But I will fry college.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Shit. You got pillow heads right now. I got Phil beard right now, so I don't care. None of them working, man. That means they came here with an agenda, bro. And people would. The only reason why I'm mentioning it to other people mention like I don't, you know, I'm reading policy procedures at Planet Fitness, so there's certain things I can't do, like record, like I did that one short. I can't even do that stuff.
There was control, blows the whistle, to blows the pistols. The debacles about who? The physical.
Yo, and don't even look at themselves. Oh man. And they be looking hard. No, everybody likes it. Everybody likes it. Those are the ones who ain't never worked, earned nothing, never created. They, you know what I'm saying? They ain't never done nothing other than Margaret, I'm having a Mai Tai. Would you like a Mai Tai with me? Sangria. Oh, girls, we're having a sangria. Oh, Victoria's Secret Party. Ain't never done shit. I put my fork and my spoon and my knife and my soup spoon and my teaspoon all in the right size. And look at us. Gertrude. The full. Hit them likes, y'all. A whole bunch of y'all come up in here and hit the likes, man. I mean, I don't expect the agents to hit nothing. I'm not too bright. We'll see in the end, I'm so good too. I won't be able to hear nothing.
So vacate your premises. We're not going back and forth.
This won't even be the language spoke. That's the funny thing about it.
There's a big thing. Yellow, white, red,
brown, you don't even remember their tongue.
A big bang. Whether earth is round or flat. We want our shit back. We're not going back and forth about this or that. Whether your word is bound or wet. There's a big fat. Yellow, white, red, brown, black. Now, big black. Whether earth is round or flat. We want our shit back. Symbols are for the conscious mind, y'all. And with that on the temple, draw. I had a vision. in the past, not yet. A circulus round, created successful reality from a virtue now. How? Stand on my square, cause they usurp your power. Them same little
Is that
sweet
YouTube?
breezes that hurt you. They style all up in your face, all up in your space. And I ain't talking all bras with dog dogs with whole trace. So I walk tall kittens while
All right, you guys ready?
I stay focused on walking.
Yo, I'm going to talk about ICE a little bit. I want to see if y'all aware or possibly aware of some things. I was watching, I decided to watch a handful of videos, right? Some videos some people sent me out of Florida, North Carolina, New York, obviously California, here in New Mexico, what's in Nebraska? No, Chicago. Oh, wow. There's a lot of things not being showed. But what's disturbing to me is the fact that there are actually these so-called Aryan neo-Nazi skinheads allowed to don the costume. That has nothing to do with freedom of speech. Hate is nowhere written in the freedom of speech. It's mind-boggling how our ancestors, our people, stood up uprighteous and utilized freedom of speech, to which this fake-ass government, and I don't like saying, I don't like giving government credit. It's the narcissists, the sociopaths of the Zionist ideology put in positions. As y'all remember the little TED Talk type shit with the police department, I think it was in New York and New Jersey, and you had the Arab monkey, you had all these pale skins, some ex-special forces members that got racist there too, who actually were there talking about how being violence and how funny it is and everything else, which has nothing to do with the Constitution, has nothing to do with law, legalities, or anything. You know, they shut that down supposedly. It just went quiet. But what's not surprising is their actions. They are going after the very people. This is what is disturbing about Trump and everybody else, right? Regardless, that actually, because our people stopped wanting to work. They were told by the churches and everything else to stop a lot of things. And then we were subjugated to a system of education that is not about trade, even though trades are in there. But the degradation with the CIA, FBI pushing drugs, dropping off weapons, full autos and stuff like that, to further the decline based on the Boule system and the sellouts, to which most people know about right now. And you have Boule Negroes, worthless Negroes within the agency who perform the tasks, like Tatum. He's been bought out by AIPAC. And you see his wife and everything. Now, I'm not here to scorn or hurtful sentiments and this, that, and other feelings and emotions towards individuals. I'm here to talk about a very decisive thing that is going. They are going after people who are laying concrete, pavement, ex-military people, Purple Heart individuals. It don't matter what may have happened, because a lot of times you see right now, how many of our people have been released who have been locked up over 2-3 decades, who have been exonerated because they were innocent. It was already known. And then you look at the bastards who want to keep them locked up, knowing good and well. You need to take those faces in. You need to hold those faces and the names to them. It don't matter what the names being fake, because there's a lot of people in positions who are these Zios, who converted fake Jews, who don't know nothing about real history. And these people come from the origin line of orphans and everything else, set upon, conditioned, and made to do these things. Okay? And a lot of people won't want to see nothing about it, but they can easily run around and pull up on people and a lot of times have to release them after they rough them up, house, hurt them and everything, who are legal citizens. Birthright citizenship, it actually belongs to the autochthonous people of this land. When I tell you I'm a citizen of the Constitution, that's what it is. I'm not a citizen to no U.S. corporation. I'm not a citizen to the oligarchs and the military industrial complex. I'm not a citizen to some fake USA. I'm a citizen to the Constitution by the narrative, and based on not the liberal definition, but democracy from our forefathers who created it and how it's been perverted for the republic. That has nothing to do with Marxism and socialism, which is something that based on usury, whether it's the Bolsheviks, whether it's the Hindus, regardless of who it is. But these individuals who run around doing these things are attacking the very people that's putting food in these so-called supermarkets that are controlled with all these different Nestle and, all the different corporations, Nike and Adidas and all that other shit, these fake politicians who have been bought by these bastards who still act in front of you. And these idiots running around, these incomplets that are running around these costumes, they're those who have stepped aside and realized there's a perversion. But you're not getting to see the videos. Every once in a while, one or two pop up from individuals who perform with ICE. And then some of the ones whose masks pulled down, and a lot of them do perverse shit, they end up dead. This is all about the agenda. Just like the Whammo cars and all that shit. These vehicles are designed with stronger windshields and windows than you have. And let me tell you something. This little fucking digital ID shit, this is all what it's a part of. The very poisoning of our water, the videos, tons of video footage of people recording these monkeys in these hazmat suits on these little trollers out there with U.S. Marshals, fake U.S. Marshals, sheriffs, deputies. Sheriff deputies are not sheriffs. They don't know the Constitution like the sheriff's supposed to, but we're starting to see the absurdity of the U.S. Marshal and the top heads of the sheriff department who are going against the Constitution, regardless of what it's based on, because it's baseless, all right? Poisoning the water, literally pumping chemicals into our streams, into a livelihood of our water, the mineral deficiencies and everything else that are creating all these problems. And nobody wants to see it for what it is. Now, how do you get a bunch of people to want to join and put on a costume to hurt the people? You make false promises. These individuals think they're dealing with real promises. They believe in it so much, so they're willing to act upon it as if it's a protector and it's going to serve them well. Not until they get to the point where they want to die, commit suicide, like some of the IDF soldiers and other individuals that are out there, and the silencing and the removal and the apprehension. They have a 16, 17-year-old Palestinian, but he's American born. They've been torturing, raping, and everything, undernourished. I mean, the Muslims didn't do that to them fake ass Jews. But you see here the absurdity of these fake fucking worthless politicians talking about Ukraine, stopping that. I thought it was the CIA from all the news I saw coming out by all the top people that was ones with their stops between Russia and Ukraine that created the war. I get it. I get the fact that the New World Order agenda is being pushed because of people's platonic relationship with their ignorant stat. All right, it's just like this morning. I'm getting out my vehicle. I had to run and take a piss. I have my gun on, right? A lot of times I don't want to put it on because kids come in the park and everything else. But I'm here to protect them. I don't care about their feelings and emotions. I really don't care about them. But I will protect them. That's the reason why I keep them. You see what I'm saying? A lot of them are stupid. They don't even work. They just walk the park. And I'm like, where's the work at? Don't tell me that good mommy, make it home, make it mommy. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to hear that. These are bastards that came from California. They come rich with their ideology, and they don't know the first thing about the laws here. Like over in California, Walmart, Cracker Barrel, and all them places, you can't stay overnight. Here in Arizona, you can, but you can always tell when you have a California running management. The one at the Walmart who came up to me with some Hindu monkey, I was ready to jump out the back of my truck and beat the shit out of him. Excuse me, I don't advocate violence, but because the face, the threatening stare, I'm like, this guy don't know that I will flip his ass around 100-fold, like literally, and I knew it, you know what I mean? And I could smell the stench on him, right? And they removed him, you know, a couple of phone calls, you know, that's all it takes. And a lot of these liberals, they're not Republicans, they are just as racist, if not more so than the Republicans. Like some of you are starting to see, and I've noticed it in videos, right? Not to beat around the bush, but to kind of bring everything in a circle about ICE and what's going on. Maybe, okay? And I don't think it's every agent in there. I think that, like Westside said, I think they're required. I think they're needed, just like the police to function in a certain way, and the marshals and the sheriffs. But you see the underlying part of these apparitions who are paid over six figures, who get more money than anybody, than any police officer in history, because there was a time when their guns didn't even match the criminals they were dealing with, and they were very underpaid not too long ago, not in the far distance, all right, in the far past. Now you got one in San Francisco. This motherfucker makes over $600,000 a year. Like, who the fuck? What kind of, is he super police? Is he Captain Marvel? What the fuck? No, obviously not, because they allow the child trafficking. They allow all the taking of certain individuals, homeless, to be taken to islands to be shot, like Kosovo, when you had the rich people going out there shooting citizens, running to protect themselves. Yes, you had rich people from UK here and everything else running around murdering people. Okay, paying. All right, not to mention islands y'all know nothing about. Now, regardless of that, all right, there are those who are out there really to do a good job. Their whole position, their whole way they look at everything is legitimate. You see what I'm saying? But you have those individuals who are no more than marionettes, puppets at the worst. And their whole purpose is to exist in their perverse ideology. That is not even theirs. You know, these are what I call the peasants. These are the individuals, the apparitions of existence, who are meaningless, mindless, compulsory, moving on emotions and stuff that have nothing to do with the truth. It's pragmatic to the very disease that is being dealt right now. You know what I'm saying? Well, we had a bunch of idiots come in. More folks I talked to or mentioned about the fluoride and water baby steps. Absolutely, absolutely. Well, we got a bunch of idiots coming in. Yeah, you know what to do with that. You just thank you, millennial. Thank you, mama. Hey, millennial, what's up, baby girl? You're always gonna have the idiots. They don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can remove them as well. You know what I'm saying? But regardless of that, I agree with a few of my comrades, my brothers, my sisters, who stand by ICE. Some of the things they're doing. I don't stand by them attacking individuals, shooting pepper balls into them in their groins and their heads, because those bastards are the motherfuckers who's not supposed to be wearing the costume at all. And they've been told by their upper ups that they can do this. The people that think they're hidden, they think that we're safe, we can, and then they'll come and they'll cop-splain, they'll say, by our procedures and everything, they use the most, you know what I'm saying? You know the shit they taught. They're within their rights. They're within the policies of the department to execute what they did, and we don't see nothing done wrong. It's the same shit going back to the lynchings. They don't talk about the lynchings of Palestinians because they legitimize them based on the fact that, you know, y'all don't know this. They didn't want to see the destruction of Tartary. They had to get rid of him, like the first president they had murdered. Now, we're not talking about Abe Lincoln, who was a Negro, and they had to whitewash his history just like Washington and everybody else. Benjamin Banneker, come on. All right? Why is it that people can't see it? Because they're comfortable in the lie of Hollywood that painted this grotesque narrative. You know what I'm saying? And people are starting to wake up from that and see the truth. Now, the racists, you got to remember, I got a video going back, I don't know, 400 or 500 videos, I don't know, whatever number it is, where I express the individual that created the Ku Klux Klan. And it's funny that it's one of them people, just like fake-ass Master Farad, who is one of those individuals, like Theodore Herzl, who had to create this destabilizing act, all right, when he created the fake NOI, you know, Nation of Islam, the Fruits of Islam, whatever, and created the Hebrew music. He was the one that was the catalyst to help that knucklehead Negro create that movement, right? Based on some truths, but relevant to looking outside and all the other things, the fake religions, Christianity, Islam, and everything else. Though they're taken from real text, just like Christianity is a black motherfucking, for those who are in the crayon color of stuff, creation. It has nothing to do with what we see, but the rewrite of it in the 1920s, and then how it was forced on people through this fake ass black churches. You know what I'm saying? Most people don't know it because they always have to paint a different picture. They have to put color in it. They have to make it all inclusive to a certain ideology of the babies, the pups, the children, the kids, all related to animals that they nurtured. All right. Did I not come to you and show you in the King James Version and in the Torah that the fake-ass Jews are goy as well? Did I not show you and read it to you? Why is that people are having a hard time accessing this? Because they're still listening to these worthless mega churches, these Palestinians that still put up a fake white Jesus to make themselves feel good. And people have a hard time with that. When I say Emmanuel, it doesn't mean God with us. And that's that bullshit that they keep pushing to keep you further from the truth of what you're capable of. Now, I'm not a whistleblower. All this stuff, the information's there. But these people in ICE, they're very individuals that what they call the deep state. There's another military and another government, and they hired on the motherfuckers they need to do a dirty, because let me tell you something, do a dirty job. When in the military, when you want to get something done and it's really bad and it's really dirty, you're going to go out and you're going to select the individuals who are, I got to trim my mustache, it's growing on my right side faster than my left. Anyway, you're going to hire the people who you can trust to do the worst thing and do it to anyone and everyone. Just like the pilots spraying those chemtrails, the fact that there was a video showing that they were meeting and speaking to these individuals, Arabs and pale skins alike, and the fact that, and probably everything else you could think of, the fact that they've given up on humanity. That means they've given up on themselves, but they've been employed to do these things and they have no problem with doing it. I think it's deeper than that, but who cares, right? ICE, I know they are criminals, they need to be apprehended, but they don't want the criminals to stop criminalizing. They need the chaos, they need the suffering. They don't even really require it because you got a bunch of dumb Negroes who are willing to do dumb shit, as you see every day, just like Pelskins and a greater number, Asians, Mexican, the whole walk, all right? Because people don't want to get together. And they're attacking hardworking laborers, people in the fields collecting your tomatoes and all that shit. People laying concrete, siding, painting, the roofing. All right, these people who get up in the morning, go out there, and then they go around and they take care of your lawns and your property. These motherfuckers are running down on these motherfuckers who are actually been here for 10, 20 years, and they're working for the fake-ass IRS that was established around the fake time, the fucking Federal Reserve and before World War I and everything else to subjugate. Because I told you, one war, you can manipulate 3 generations. Tell me different if that's not a fact. Okay? Now, me personally, I don't care because I like where it's going. But I'm pointing this out because a lot of you can't put this stuff together. I don't get how y'all can't see this stuff for what it is, and you're willing to listen to mainline media and everything else, how they want to manipulate and control all these platforms. I mean, hey, to each his own, I dig it. But the problem is, they're going to be comfortable, even in the uncomfortability, of doing what they do because they believe that there's a better outcome. Why is it that y'all don't perform the same way, believing that being a collective that y'all can't perform better? I don't get how you can let a hive mind on one side move in a way that's absurd, and on your side, y'all move as if you're comfortable, I guess convenience, right? Where y'all feel like, okay, well, we're all, but y'all ain't doing shit. You're still going right to your house with your 4 corners, your 4 walls, your little squared ass docile of a roof, and you're sitting there, and that's about it. You ain't getting up where you live at. And meetings, better yourselves and correct some things. I'm not into politics, y'all know that. I'm just not. Politics is the last thing I can care less about it. For those who are in it, yeah, well, be gainfully employed and involved. To each his own. What I'm looking at is how do you sit here knowing good and damn well you're going to go and you're going to pick up your Clamato juice, all right? You're going to go get your St. Pauli's girls, your Heinekens, your Budweisers. You're going to go out there and you're going to see how they just shut that ship down with the hemp because it was benefiting you, right? How are you going to let the big pharma company control the narrative that's been poisoning you nonstop instead of healing you? How do y'all sit there? You need another fake-ass Reverend Jackson or whoremongering Martin Luther King? Do you need all those things? Is that what y'all need? Because see, they already got all they goddamn what was that, Mother Teresa's they're still listening to. The fact that, like on West Side's video, I sent it out. I don't know why y'all didn't come over there, but the Mormons, I told y'all in Utah, I had that big motherfucking Mormon badass Peckerwood on a bike looking to stare me down like he was going to do something. So I stopped at the gas station. He turned around. I had my hip socket on, but I wasn't going to use it. I was going to beat this fat motherfucker until unconsciousness. I'm not advocating violence. I'm just saying, purportedly, if he would have came up at me and tried to stare me down in a threatening way, I'd have ignored him, but I'd have kept my eyes on him. And if he would have came close within my vicinity, my circle, I'd have laid him down. No hesitation. None whatsoever. None whatsoever. Doesn't mean that it's the answer. That's the physical thing. The fact that there's so many people running around in ignorance. The fact that I know my family's heritage and lineage. I know who I am. I know what I am. It's a big difference. Okay? And they have these things running around who could learn better. Some, maybe not. All right? Am I saying that some of those people who are hardworking, collecting that check, are all good? Absolutely not. Some of them may be a part of a bigger problem. You know, work hard at day, pick up the bundles at night, and make sure they get to another depository. You know what I'm saying? Deposit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe so. Maybe they know something we don't know. But when you start hurting the so-called U.S. citizens, that means now you're out of character, because it is their right to go up and challenge you. You know, when you want to run up in people's yards and everything else, and you want to run down and crash people's cars, and you want to shoot and murder them, and this, that, and other, because somebody said that it's okay, as if you have that kind of power. I'm sorry, ICE does not have that kind of power. First of all, the government doesn't have that kind of power. The problem is y'all let this happen. Y'all let these motherfuckers think that way. Just like the motherfuckers come over here watching like I don't know what I'm talking about. I know exactly what the fuck I'm saying. All right? I know exactly, without getting all into the bylines of paperwork and details, I know exactly what the fuck I'm saying. Am I worried about it? I would love to get to the end of it all. And it ain't gonna be some another 3,000, 2,000 fake ass years. It ain't gonna be some extra 400-500 fucking years for these idiots who have bought into it. Even those other things. They like to wear a face and move around that's well hidden from you, that you've forgotten about. All right? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Yet, conclusively, there are individuals who are being snatched up and sent away who are still back. But who's doing it? They say it takes a bad guy to catch a bad guy. That's bullshit. Big time bullshit. Okay? So do I agree? Yeah, we'll start snatching some of these peckerwoods up, because you just brought a whole shitload of them on, and they're fucking immigrants. They're not even U.S. citizens. Alright? Stop that shit at his door. And then all these motherfuckers that came out of Oregon, Washington State, California, like they've been groomed and conditioned to think they're going to make change based on the dollar, because you have worthless politicians in every one of your states. As you see, a lot of veterans and a lot of individuals, bikers, and all of them starting to stand up and speaking at these city hall, these town hall meetings, the city hall meetings. And you know, you have the motherfuckers who think they can tell them how to talk, and these worthless ass people with badges going after them, pulling them out, arresting them, and all this other dumb shit, because they're mostly unstable. Their T levels are low, and they're doing a whole lot of absurdities. I mean, Izzo talks about the police department all the time, that they're some of the most perverse motherfuckers when it comes to sex and everything else. I mean, I know drug addicts who look decent, who have babies by these motherfuckers, have not gotten high with them. And the reality is, that's the world you live in. It's not my problem, it's y'all's problem. You dig what I'm saying? It's up to y'all, you know what I'm saying? What happened? What happened?
Drew myself right here.
Woo! Which one was that?
Straight vodka with that.
Juice. Oh my God. Woo! Well, that's a hot. Oh, that's a toddy. But anyway, I'm just saying, guys. You know, I've watched enough footage, and I've seen those who have backed off a little bit. But I also see actors who are out there with the cameras looking at ICE, and they're to agitate to create a problem for the people out there who just wants to see the bad stop. There are people who are legitimately attempting to talk and converse, but then you have the agent provocateurs who want to run their cars. They get arrested. They're not locked up. They've done their job. And now the media can play a certain part, or somebody could say, well, we're going to use a different tactic. Now we can bring in another tactic, or this, that, and other. They just keep upping the ante, okay? Because the agent provocateurs, the actors, are real. I don't see how I know it's none of you, but I don't see how any of our people can go out to these little fucking functions with these idiots running around, all right, with the Bangalore, with the witch cards and everything, and, you know, the gas masks, and out there cursing and arguing at these individuals. I don't see how that's going to better anything if they're not going directly to the source, and which most time they ignore everything. But the petitions, and we know that don't always work. But if it's going to be a coming together, how come y'all don't get out there and do it the right way? Now, I know people are going to scream, but they don't listen. No, you have agent provocateurs who are going to go out there and they're going to try and create mayhem, destroy throw bricks to window fronts and everything else. And because most people are pretty damn stupid, especially the youth, they're going to get up and say, hey, you know, anarchy, anarchy, all that goofy shit. I mean, they just made Antifa a terrorist group, right? The black movement, you saw what the FBI was trying to do with all that dumb shit, and yet we still have these dumbass FBA Hawk and all these House of Conscience, all these dumb motherfuckers pushing black. And y'all don't, I mean, didn't Sa Netta, didn't his family tell him that he was indigenous? The tribe that he belongs to? He actually put the video up, and then he turns around and goes right back to pushing that black bullshit, that out of Egypt, Africa bullshit. Egypt don't even though we know Muammar Gaddafi pushed that they were African, they try to write themselves off away with the Arab ideology because those people aren't the original Egyptians. All right? Most of the world isn't the origin of anything, and I know a lot of you are like, well, what happened to them? What the fuck you think happened to them? Have you figured it out yet? You got Curamir, you got enough individuals showing you actual data and information that shows you who is who, and a lot of you still choose to ignore those truths. It makes absolutely no sense to me. Okay? And then you wonder why sometimes I really want to stop doing this, because it's like, what's wrong with your functionality? I mean, I was fluoridated and PFAS and all this other shit and these parasites and the mRNA shit and the lies. And right now you have a lot of melanated people, liberals, who got the UOP. You don't see nobody talking about it. They went and got the black transfusions, had those long stringy things pulled up out of their ass. They're not saying no, not just because they're embarrassed, because they knew they were wrong. But when you look across so-called America, our people in the gyms, you go over there at Branchbrook Park, over there in East Orange, all the parks, we got more brothers and sisters out there exercising, running, working out. You have a plethora of our people getting in shape when a lot of y'all just ain't doing it. They're out here walking every day. I love it. I don't care the background, fake Jew, whatever. I don't care. I love to see it. I've spoken to some Arab Jews, you know, who are down with the Ashkenaz, whatever. Always respectful. I'm not here to push hate. I don't like Zionists. Never have, because I've always known what they did here. How they manipulated, how they got into circles, how they stole names, how they changed the face, how they pit one individual against the next. I've watched, I've studied. And y'all all see it and know it now, but y'all still act accordingly. Help me to have a clearer understanding of what's really going on, seeing how everybody else knows what's going on. Help me to have a clear vision, all right? Not that I need it, all right? Not that I need more something, but let me know what it is I'm missing that y'all all see. You see what I'm saying? What it said, it said, things crack right there. You're bound to get some. Yeah. The problem is you have a lot of people doing things and they think there's no repercussions for their actions, and that's the worst part. Not everybody is stupid. Not everybody's on social media accounts. Not everybody's in the eyesights of cameras. Not everybody is out there running around acting a fool. All right, it's a small number. And when you look at these things, you look at, if there's 300 and some odd million people in America, whatever the number is now, okay? Why would they look at a few hundred motherfuckers? I'm just asking. I don't get that. Because people are easily manipulated. Number of people aren't too smart, broski. It's not a small number. Oh, fool. No, as far as the acts, the acting. No, it's a small number of individuals. It don't take a large number of individuals to make something, to start something. It always takes a small number, but then it takes a large number to act upon it. And that's when we get into the idiots that's all out here, and that's quite a few, yes. But to get everything going, when you people looking at all this WNBC, NBC, NBA, all this bullshit stuff, Fox and all that, they're always going to show the vaudeville. They're always going to show the stage routines. They're always going to show that stuff, you know, and people are going to act upon it because people are very emotional. People are not thinkers. And that's exactly what they created with the education system, all the poisons, all the toxins, everything. It has an effect, you know what I'm saying, on how your system mitigates its reaction to things. It's besides the fact that the spirit and the body are not moving as one. You see what I'm saying? What we call the spirit, the soul, the source, or whatever. You know what I mean? You are. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. But the thing is, people see the stuff, and we ignore the stuff that we have not yet made sense of. And I can dig it, but it's there. It's in our suppository. It's in our repository. We have it there. And sometimes it takes a little more information or going through something to see it, and then to acquiesce it, and we go, oh, now I get it. Sometimes that's what it takes. Sometimes it takes like falling off a bike, you know, quite a few times, getting over the fear and the shakiness before you realize it wasn't hard to ride at all. Anything new is it can be a compromise, but the compromise isn't a deadening factor. It's just we don't know yet. You know what I mean? You know, I always tell people, like, I've seen the end so many times over so many decades in my dreams. I can't get rid of that. I want to get rid of it. I don't want to know it. If it's going to happen, then why I got to know it? Why I got to mention it? I think the valuable response to that is, it was meant for me to see it. Though, regardless of me accepting who I am, doesn't mean that I always, the Jonah-like ideology, doesn't mean that I always accept everything. And just because I was allowed to see how it can end, it's not supposed to be a factor of fear for them to stop. I understand that they're stuck. Do I get it? I don't get it. I thought if anything's supposed to be for the better, if I'm supposed to mention it, shouldn't it have a changing factor? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, that's the honest thing. I don't know. I just know the story I have to tell, and I know what I've seen over and over and over, and I know the things I've seen through my little short existence here. I'm not here to prove it to nobody. You know, I'm not here to make anybody believe anything. I just know that there are things laid out in front of us that people are just missing. And it's weird. It's like, how do people miss it? You see what I'm saying? That's the reason why I don't want to see it. But I don't want to see it because it's pretty intriguing. I'm intrigued by the shit that I see. I'm intrigued by the attitudes, the misconception, the misrepresentation, the false solitude, the endeavors that people partake in with no direction and no focus. It's intriguing to me. It allows me to see more. And for some reason, I want more. That's crazy, isn't it? When I'm physically and spiritually in tune, would you say part of the issue is humans separate themselves too much from nature and forgot the nature? Absolutely. Because what is nature? The natural. It doesn't matter where we are. There is always a natural order to the nature of things, right? Isn't that what's spoken on? And the natural nature of things is the existence of a tree or a sapling. We interpret it as a tree because we don't remember the original trees that stood 10 times higher. We lean on the oaks of the east and the redwood forests of the west. And we think that's the west and the east. We allow the changing to enumerate it. And upon that, we acclimate and we make it fact, when actually it's fiction. We look for the greatness because they tell us America the Great. So now we have this morbid ideology that we're infallible. But the very people that created the lie are the ones who are destroying it. So nature, we are disassociated, disconnected. There must be an anointing. That means a reconnection. That's all anointing means. To be anointed in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, right? The Spirit, right? The Father, the Son. If you forget the face of your father, what are you? You forget the face of your mother, one and the same. Right? The Father, the Son, to walk in the obelisk of your truth of existence as a sentient, to be the one body. And then the Son, that which you are permeating every time you come back. Based on what? What feeds you? Is it the mother and the father, or is it the son? There's so many different ways to be opulent and look at it. There's a natural order, and everybody is resistant to it. Why? Conditioning. All of this is a form of conditioning. You know what I mean? Am I attempting to make y'all believe in something? No. I'd rather y'all research and find out what's meant for you. I don't want you to believe in not a damn thing I say. I don't want you to hear something and run with it as if you have a platonic relationship with it. I'm only making statements based on variables, based on what I see. My opinion is like anybody else's opinion. Doesn't matter if it's well put together or not. What's a fact and what's fiction? What rivals one rivalry to another? You know, these are the things. Maybe some would say that's just too much information and too much power for one person to have. Bullshit. It's not power. You know, knowing or knowledge is not power. That's a misconception. That's a conditioning and created as one. Even they move on it. So they can say, oh, we must quiet everything, so we can keep moving forward and blah. Oh my goodness. I always say, if you're that powerful and you're doing whatever needs to be done and you're moving in a way based on whatever facts or factors that you have that allow you to move that way, that should be the power that you should stay on. All the other things are the things that create the problems. ICE, I agree with it, but it's been used at what time? At what point of time? You've had 4 to 5 different incidents of ethnic cleansing, murders. Who funded them? Why is it that America's got to have his hands while you have all these rabbis talking about how they're going to destroy the white people in America? Why is it that people can't see that they're destroying all the lands? Because that 27-mile line they're building over there in Dubai, the IA, Arab Emirates, or whatever the fuck, right? That's where they want to put the 500 million. They're building that round the clock, non-stop. While everybody's sitting up here opinionated on this, opinionated on that. It'll get down to that point when it's all finished and done and the final solution is acted upon, because y'all thought it was Hitler and da-da-da. Well, when the real final solution is acted upon and they round your asses up and put them in these occupied, but they are staffed, fully staffed, waiting, then everybody be like, oh, I shoulda, I coulda, I woulda. Conditioning is also intellectualizing shit. Being all intelligent, who's saying the better or the right thing, right? It's always a competition. Sports got everybody by the nads. And then everybody think it's legitimate. Philly won. Kansas City won. San Francisco 49ers won. I mean, up until recently, you saw with the Lions game, motherfucker got shot and murdered. I mean, come on. People fighting all the time, drunk, eating also that carcinogenic, perverted ass meat and everything else. But nobody wants to see it for what it is. They just say, hey, that was the game. That happens. You know, people are violent. Blah, blah. Everybody's got every excuse but the real truth. There's no, like you stated, there's no natural order. There's no connection to the nature of things. It's the nature of the beast. It's the nature of everything that goes against natural. You know what I'm saying? In order to establish a new world order, you must do away with the old, and that's through conditioning, right? I mean, in my opinion. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. I'm just saying, in my opinion. What purpose do we serve separate from source? We don't. He is an institute. Oh, they just put another game on my damn phone. Another backdoor like they need it. Jesus Christmas. I'm talking a way that, you know, we have a lot of people that express things, right? And they want people to believe that's it. Don't believe shit I'm saying. I have absolutely no fucking clue. I'm only throwing out opinion based on what I see. I could be 1,000% wrong. I could be 1,000% correct. What's the important thing? What is your take? What do you take from it? What are you going to do with it? How do you utilize the information? I'm not attempting to better anybody or make anybody worse. I am only looking at things in a way that has been laid out. And why is it that people can't see it? I don't know. It'd be nice to have the dog and the cat, to sit up a house and celebrate the holidays and have a good time. But when you have a perversion running around, an ill will, sick disease, and you have people who are very silver-tongued-like, sharing information, whistleblowing, who find it very important, that says you can't lay down and you must move like that. I mean, you have those individuals. I'm not one of them. I'm only saying, if you're going to look at stuff, look at it with an open eye, an open heart, with your best of your gut instincts. And because like I said, I'm not here for the majority. I'm here for the few. And they're not going to put on a fucking cape, red boots, and jump up and fly around the sun and shit, all right? Balance. That's it. Some would say, well, balance is damaging in it. So no, it's not. No, there are going to be those who are out here with the bulldozing, who are going to be well hidden, who haven't been dead and destroyed. It's part of the purpose. There'll be things hunting and whatever, right? Yeah, like I said, I have a story to tell. I have dreams that I don't talk about. Shit. Well, I got some dreams for your asses. Holy shit. But anyway, it's up to y'all. The decision is yours. That's all I'm saying. Excuse my language, too. I know vernaculars, right? You know, like the job I'm at. I'm being real hospitable and nice, with niceties. Though that is not exactly who I am. It's learning a new way to deal with people. But sometimes you have people that have been on a job for a little while, and they have a way about them that's been accepted. Well, not everybody's going to accept it. Because I'm the first one to be at a job and be like, excuse me, that little attitude don't mean shit to me. I didn't come here for fucking attitude. I came here to be part of the team, part of the family, and push Planet Fitness. All that other shit, you can take that wherever you can. I don't care if you're working 8 jobs. That's your fucking dilemma and your problem. You be that obedient slave over there. Over here, you know, let's be more cordial. You have individuals who think they know everything. They can't hear enough. And I can dig it. That's why it's not good to talk politics and all that other stuff. It's about the job. Always about the job. But when you talk about the job and attitude is not based on that, or getting to know one another's background so that way you know how to deal with individuals appropriately, some people aren't really, in hindsight, keyed in. How do you approach that? Well, I'm ghetto. I'm not going to approach that the best way. So it's a learning factor. I'm going to deal with it the way I know how, and it might not be the most appeasing. You see what I'm saying? Humans are cannibals. Why doesn't anyone care about that? I can't. Fast enough for the reality. That's like McDonald's and all them burgers ain't real. Those ain't beef. Eating people like a mug. I mean, that's my opinion too. You know what I'm saying? I think there's every week there's something coming out teeth, jawbones, human hair, fingernails, and burgers. Oh, the shit that I'm saying. And that just didn't get there because somebody was clipping their nails when they were processing goddamn beef. They didn't get in there because somebody's hair, without a hairnet, was processing beef and their hair got in there. You know, they didn't get in there, you know, cartilage that's hard, that's different from beef cartilage. Listen. And if you're going and eating that shit and you wonder why you keep going back, if you think there's not chemicals that's got you stuck, I mean, it's on you. It ain't just the soup kitchens for the homeless where people have been murdered and fed back to the people in New York or wherever, right? Or Philly. It's not, it's a big thing. It's a big disease that is running amok, but who established it? That's not balance. You know, when you have to move in secret to accomplish something and you create more chaos and everything, that shows you that it's not real power. All right? People got the jab based on fear. People got the jab based on fear, right? And they believe that it was supposed to help them. Now all the truth is coming out showing that it wasn't there to help them. You gonna go on that side and try? Oh, okay. And you would sit there and say, well, how did they get it? How did they do it? Didn't they have, what's name, rapping, you gotta jab that thing up. You gotta jab that thing up, right? All these little rainbow characters, then they push the gay agenda. I mean, right now, you got gender neutral bathrooms, right? You have a lot of things most people in the American conscience was never about the American way. So you have the right side who are very hateful and disrespectful, and they got to witness lynchings when they were little young paps. And then you have the other side who believes, based on their conditioning through school, professors and all that other stuff, some of them have left and went to other countries, that it's okay, it should be accepted because of the murders in the army and this, that, of people who have relationship with grave people and this, that, other things that should never happen. But it's all based on conditioning. And it's used as a weapon. It's used to control the narrative, paint a different picture, and push a different order. And why is that people refuse to see it for what it is? Because everybody thinks they're right. A whole lot of chiefs and no Indians. How did we get there? Well, the system. Army of One, right? Broke everybody up. It wasn't just the food stamps, because the biggest people utilizing the food stamp system, the greatest number is the pale skins, and they're not the greatest number in America. It's the ideology behind it all. It's the land thievery and the giving over. If you kill them, you have the land. You keep what you take. You know, you keep what you kill. And now people not paying attention because they're too busy with these fucking worthless ass black churches, keeping people docile and changing how they move, looking outside themselves, getting their 305(c)s, getting their paychecks to have the big house and the big car and the first lady. When the fuck did the church and the minister have a wife who's called the first lady? What the fuck is that about as far as religion goes and Christianity and everything else? Why is that people don't want to see it for what it is and call the bullshit when it is? But they love it when somebody in Brooklyn runs up live on video and robs the goddamn preacher. You know, everyone has become their worst enemy, their own object of infiltration. Isn't that funny? And y'all manufacture and manifest these things in thought. Whether you believe it or not, you literally do. You know what I'm saying? My screen lock keeps coming on like you can't make this shit up. See what happened when that game come up in here? See, that's what they do. It's like, let me see something. They put this, I'm gonna get rid of the game too, all right? But these are things you should look at. This is how stupid, the dumb things they do. You know? But it is what it is. You know what I mean? Yeah, millennial. So many have not experienced the joy of being part of a team. I know. It's very true. Physically, no one knows pain until you leave the house with a pair of underwear actually stuck on your sweatpants and you don't know. No one knows pain until you leave the house with a pair of underwear actually stuck to your sweatpants. I would agree, millennial. I would agree. I would agree. Ain't never seen that one. That's a good one. Yeah. And then one next in the book of Goofies, and they are attempting to condition us to accept it. Yeah. Exactly. I highly recommend you watch his older videos. Oh, I already did. You can learn a lot. Watch his older stuff. Yeah. Yeah. And John Henson. Yeah. Appreciate that. Trippy. Yeah, just want to make sure I got everybody. Anyway, Sharon, I got her. Rice Cheese. Nitzia. Millennial. I just want to make sure. Yeah, I got everybody. Appreciate the donation for those who are donating too. I appreciate you guys. I hope this is some helpful information. I didn't come on. Hey, dog, how you doing? I'm not saying that these are the facts and these are the things that should be. I'm not saying that this is the answer and this is the way it should be. I'm not saying that we have to be in a deplorable state that we're supposed to accept and take things for what it is or not. Everybody has their own choice. I'm just looking at things. I watch the videos and I'm like, what the fuck, man? And I know, because I watched the hood videos, I watched the Negro. They make me just want to. Now, if you're looking at that crap, that can make you hate yourself too. All right. I don't hate myself, obviously, but there are some things that say make you. You look at it and you go, "What the fuck? How did that motherfucker get in that mind state?" What? So there's a lot of things out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm very astute, but I love donating. Made a card. Absolutely, hon. Appreciate it. And I'll share it. And I'll share it with everyone. But hey, did you get that taken care of? You said was it yesterday? Did the part come in, or is it next Monday? Or today? No, I'll chat with you about it. Anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all taking the time to listen. I'm charging everything up. Put everything up here in a minute. Get myself situated. Get ready for work. And that's about it. You know what I mean? Like, be objective when you look at stuff. And like I said, at no time did I say I'm right about everything. But I know that they've gone after a lot of people who actually help. And I wanted the words coming out of the mouths. Like, look at the Koreans. They went at the factory, the car factory that they gotten rid of. Well, what is that for? It's bigger than what people think, I think. I'm just saying, why would you go after the people working at these jobs if your whole thing is not to give the jobs to people who are not working? Digital ID, all that crap. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, it's things to look at. You have a lot of guns and gadgets. You have a lot of other people, Black Scout Survivor. You have a lot of other angry New York prepper, angry prepper. You have a lot of individuals, and that ain't even to scratch the surface, out there who are talking about these things. Some of the comedians with over like 1 million and 4 million followers, they're monetized and they're getting hundreds of thousands of views. I'm nobody. I just have a story to tell. That's the only difference. And I know I see things different. But these idiots think that I'm a fucking peasant. Fucking peasants think that these are monkeys. And I like the fact that they're emotional. But they're stupid for the position given to them. I can't say nothing else to that. So anyway, I appreciate y'all taking the time. I gotta go and make my protein shake. I already had my 1 meal for the day. But my man might make me a stromboli. We'll see. I just want to eat the 1 meal. I had it. Now it's up to 3 protein shakes. And then tomorrow, intermittent fasting. Some ab work. You know what I mean? And see you guys later. Don't worry, we're going to read Helena Blavatsky. We're going to read Eckhart Tolle, Power Now. And I have another thing I want to read to you guys too. All right? I know I said some time ago I just want to stick to reading. I do, but these things, people share stuff, and I'm looking at it, and I question a lot of things still. You know what I mean? I appreciate you guys. All right. It came, but I have to get it. Okay, you got to go get it. Okay, good. Well, you get your butt there and get it. You know, if I was there, I'd get it for you. I'd take you. You know what I'm saying? But it's not the case. All right. Appreciate you guys, sisters, brothers. See you guys later. All right.